Hey everyone, welcome to Finding Tickers, where we discuss stocks that our community is trading. Today's episode is brought to you by Freebase Watchlist, our signature trading service that shares a daily list of hand-picked stocks, trade ideas, live trade alerts, portfolio reviews, market news, and much more, all to help you become a better investor. So be sure to click the link below, subscribe today, don't miss out on another opportunity. We actually post our watch list first thing in the morning before the market opens, so you know exactly what we're looking at. All right, so let's get into some tickers. First, we'll start off with the SPY. Red day in the market today. Lots of selling. You had some FUD, some fear being pushed into the markets today. One, you had some words from a couple finance executives. They're looking to basically get the Fed to accelerate the tapering process by raising rates sooner than later. And you have, again, just a negative reaction to that. So all day, just the market was selling off. We did have this gap up to new highs, to new local highs in the pre-market. That was kind of the aftermath from that squeeze on Friday. And you had this 42.99 level in pre-market again, kind of pop up here and just kind of set up for us to sell off pretty much all day. We tried to curl into the close, and then that just kind of set up another short here. Some people might call this the hockey stick setup, but that's another shorting strategy. That's another one of the many strategies that we talk about in our mentorship program. So any questions, just drop us a line below, and we'll be happy to help. But you had this extreme high to low, right? Pre-market 472.99, and after hours is pushed to 466 and 10 cents. So a pretty huge swing in the market. Overall, from an intraday basis, it was down about $4 with a little under 1% at around 0.89 of to the downside. So, the good thing is that we're not really fully breaking down, right? So we still have some opportunity here to maintain an ascending pattern. We do have a lower low that we're really close to, right, at around this 466 level. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Whether we kind of open flat or gap down or up, and we'll kind of just go from there. There are a couple key levels here. If we were to break down 464 being one of them to the downside, again, we still have this bullish uptrend and from a short-term basis, and so we'll look out for that. But a key level for the market to open up at, potentially to kind of give us a nice indication of this move up, is around 468.52. So basically 468.50 level, we want to see the market open up there, and if we do, then we do have a pretty good shot of continuing this uptrend. But nonetheless, we have strategies for either direction that the market sways. So we'll keep you guys posted on that tomorrow morning once we pick some tickers and also get a sense for what's going on in the market. So definitely stay tuned for that. All right, let's jump into our watch list. Then we'll hop into some of our trades, notable trades from today. And then we have bonus at the end, so be sure to stick around for that. So first, let's talk about Aapl, AAPL. So Aapl had quite the day today. So you had this gap up with the overall market. You had a high of 182.22, which would technically have been a new all-time high, but Aapl did hit new all-time highs in the intraday basis, and had that high of 182.13. That was after this nice bounce from that morning sell-off as the market was dipping here. Aapl ended up getting picked up basically after closing the gap. You had this push back up towards the highs, didn't quite break those highs and ended up, kind of just really selling off here and pulling below VWAP and kind of continuing with a couple bounces along the way, right? But ultimately, Apple ended up closing at below that 176 level. So we know that again, it was on the list this morning. We were looking for this upside. We got it on an intraday basis, right? You broke the intraday highs, and then you had the sell off. So there were a couple different ways to play this, right? We had some of our traders that play this at the downside, and others that caught this bounce and kind of went from there. But that was Apple today, AAPL, and you kind of have an interesting potential formation coming up here on Apple. You have the potential for another bounce here, right, to maybe like the 177 level, and then if we do catch some continuation to the downside, then you'll have somewhat of a head and shoulders on a shorter time frame on Apple. So again, we'll keep an eye on that, but that was on the watch list today, and so congratulations to everyone that took advantage either to the upside or the downside. All right, next we have CVS. So CVS had some pretty bullish flow coming into it, and so we had it on the watch list, and it had a pretty decent day. So it gapped up with the market this morning, kind of sold off here, found support at Friday's VWAP, and bounced really nicely back to the highs, over this $99 level, and it kind of held. You have this, it closed at 98.90, so that $99 and is a pretty good level that it's holding now, and the next psychological level for the continuation of this uptrend is that $100 level. So we're looking for basically $100 on the dot. But again, with this overall volatility, that's why you kind of had some weakness here, but you still had a green day overall for CVS. So again, congratulations to everyone that caught this dip here. But this was on our list this morning as well, CVS. All right, let's get into some other notable trades from today. So Fhtx was a wild one. so this company called Foxhorn Therapeutics, again, Fhtx, was a pretty crazy mover today. There was some news that they had partnered with Eli Lilly, and that partnership, obviously from a speculation standpoint, will potentially bring revenue, right, new relationships, new opportunity for the company. And so we had this on our watch list, one, because it gapped up tremendously, and then it started to squeeze before the market opened, so it kind of set some levels for us to pay attention to, and we did just that. So overall, we got about $2 a share out of this between a series of trades. So really great day, for us. And again, congratulations to anyone that and everyone that took advantage of this trade today. One thing that we did notice, there's so many trades today, and as it broke down here, below this deviation line at around under $16, we actually kind of lost track of this. I mean, it ended up curling and squeezing up and popping to a high of $20.80. So that's one thing with stocks, right? They don't take a direct line to their destination, and so you did have some orders and more volume coming in towards the close here, and a couple nice patterns that formed here. You have a couple flags here, a flag here, and then a downward or falling wedge here into the close. So a couple nice setups here on shorter, smaller time frames on this. But yeah, we actually didn't trade it into the close because we were caught up in trading some other names. So you can't catch them all, but those that did see this on the watch list this morning and paid attention, maybe some people swung it all day. You definitely had a bunch of opportunities to take profit on this, or continue to hold as it is a long-term potential catalyst here, and this is still holding up. So you have some pretty good strength. So $20 was an obvious level, and so this is actually going to continue to be on watch as for more volatility as this potentially continues higher. So that is Fhtx, and again, we took advantage of this on a few different pops. Basically throughout the day, right? You had a couple different setups, and we took a bunch of trades on it, right? But it ended up being total around $2.18 profit on this name, and that's just incredible for a stock under 20 bucks. So again, congratulations to everyone that took this trade today. All right, next is Bfri. So Biofrontera, they had some continuation today. You had this curl here on the 1 hour chart. So in theory, you have this potential cup. The cup is actually gets filled at over around $11, but nonetheless, right? Again, doesn't go straight there. And so we're playing this volatility today. This was kind of a grinder, right? It started to move in pre-market, kind of found some support here at the previous day's VWAP, and just grinded all day. And we scalped it pretty much all the way up into the $8 range, and ended up being a pretty nice overall profit for us today at around. We ended up extracting about $1.50 out of this today, which is pretty impressive, just given the movement. Right, you have a couple pops and drops back down, and so definitely scalped it at the right times today, and we're relatively confident in these scalps, so size was pretty good. But given the history, and we've been tracking this and traded it, just last month as well, and we have scalped it a few times in the past couple of weeks as well. So we're familiar with it, and it definitely showed some strength today. All the way into the afternoon, the late hours of the day. So yeah, again, congratulations to everyone that was in Bfri, and that was nice movers today. Overall about 30%, but at the highs it was close to 65% or so on the day. So Bfri, definitely great move today, and again, congratulations to everyone. All right, next trade in SNDX. So SNDX had some news. They popped up on the radar. Basically, all of a sudden here at around 2:45. So right before Power Hour, we had this some news come out on SNDX in regards to cancer treatment. I think they're in the phase 1 or 2 portion of this treatment for leukemia, and so you had this big pop here, and then it kind of dried up in terms of the volume. So you had this pop drop, and then you had another it was kind of choppy. The spreads were kind of weird. So we didn't pay a lot of attention to it. We did like this pop here back to 18. So once that happened, we identified some other levels on longer time frames, and then we kind of just waited for it and let the trade come to us. This thing started to curl up here. There were obviously some opportunity here, but we really wanted to see this level break. And so as it pushed towards that $19 level, we were able to take a trade on that, and that worked out pretty well. And then you had this consolidation here, and finally this breakout to new highs to 1952, and we actually took a trade in this range as well. And then you see this guy kind of broke down and faded, but still holding over those previous spikes here. So interesting name, SNDX, but pretty good news. And again, it was just something that popped up on the radar, and we definitely definitely took advantage of it. So that was a nice mover for today. A couple scalps, and they worked out really well on SNDX. And we did call it out in chat, just letting everyone know that this was one of the tickers that was moving, because there was a few at the same time. A lot of low float stocks are moving today as the larger cap stocks and even some of the growth stocks took a little bit of a breather and pulled back. So a lot of focus was on these low floats today, and yeah, and they treated us well. So congratulations to everyone. So here's one, SAVA. The SAVA Sciences, SAVA, that have an Alzheimer's drug that they've kind of been having some turmoil with from, we actually talked about them a bunch of times. A lot of people know the name now, pretty familiar. But we've been trading this for over a year now. And it's extremely volatile, right? Have these extreme peaks at $146 and extreme lows at $40. So really volatile name, and today was no different. Popped up on the radar. There were some rumors circulating in the afternoon here, so around 3 o'clock, we noticed it popping, and so we had this first pop and kind of drop here, right at like 306, and then it started to move a little bit higher, right? And as soon as this level broke, we caught this big squeeze here. Well, first we had this pop and pullback, and I think our entry was either around, it was 311, or maybe on this green candle after that short pullback. But yeah, we caught this. It was really like two different trades, really nice, and we ended up riding this towards those highs over $46. So pretty nice move on SAVA, and with volatility, this was actually 100% move from an options perspective in about 10 minutes. So yeah, pretty impressive, and congratulations to anyone that caught this. This was also something that we called out in chat that was catching some momentum, and a lot of people know the name. So again, congratulations to anyone that caught that move on SAVA, SAVA. All right, next is BioNTech, or BioNTech, BNTX. So this was an interesting mover. So they're related to the COVID vaccine. They're one of the manufacturers, one of the partners, and you had Pfizer hitting new all-time highs today, which is partnered with BNTX. So we were looking at Pfizer. That's PFE. And again, you have this pretty massive day out of Pfizer today. Pfizer's been on our watch list before, so everyone is aware, and we've been trading this all the way up this run as well. So it was just on our list the other day. But you have this breakout on Pfizer for new all-time highs at 55.73, and so we were looking for, and called out in chat, this curl here. So we ended up catching BNTX at around this 270s, and it was in the low 270s. And as we, I think it was 271-ish right before it broke VWAP, and then it just pushed, right? You had this nice move to highs of about 286 and 287, excuse me. And so a pretty nice move, right, at about $16 on BNTX, $16 from the time that we called it out to this peak here. And yeah, it was a great move, and that was another 100% mover today. So congratulations to anyone that caught this move from our alerts in the chat. And so BNTX is going to continue to be on watch. We have some levels that we're looking at to the upside, but this was a good, nice curl and a good catch to the breakout levels, and it'll be broken out at probably around that 290 level. Is probably what the upside will be for kind of this next volatile move potentially on BNTX. So we're gonna keep that on watch for sure. Oh, and another notable is that on Friday we had talked about the 250 level being a bounce area for BNTX as well. So a couple different things that work in its favor today, for our traders. So again, congratulations to everyone. Next is BLU. So actually, first thing in the morning today, we had talked about BLU being a potential squeeze candidate, and that's exactly what happened. So we ended up profiting really nicely. So made about 20, 25% or so off of this name today, between a couple different trades to the highs, and this was a pretty nice squeezer. I mean, and it's even into the rest of the day here, you have it holding up pretty well. So this may continue to be on watch, but there was this is a biotech company, right? Bell's Health, and you have a cough suppressant that they're working on, and I believe it's phase 2 of that. But it was decent news, and there was some pretty good momentum, really strong buying today. So congratulations to anyone that took advantage. Again, we had called this out first thing in the morning, and put it on our list kind of after our watch list, right? Because we were looking for the potential for this to squeeze, which it did, and so it had a high of 984 today after opening around $7 in the $7 760s range. So pretty nice move today on BLU. And again, congratulations to everyone that took advantage. All right, next we have Sgma. So this was one that we talked about on Friday. This squeezed up all afternoon after their earnings, all day after their earnings, and and from an intraday basis, right? After earnings, it went from 7.80s, about $8, to doubling after hours and hitting a high of 18.65. So we definitely saw this could move, and we had it on watch, for potential bounce play, and that's exactly what happened. So you have this level here where it ended up halting. This was actually one of our biggest winners of today. So Sgma ended up halting up. It squeezed, right, and in chat right around before it started to squeeze at around 10:30. We notified everyone that we were looking for the potential for this over 1450 to rip and over 1450. And that's exactly what happened. And so we got in this right before 1450, just anticipating that potential pop. And we got a great surprise. So this thing ended up pushing all the way up here to this halt level at around 1590, and halted and pushed even higher. And so we ended up making out like like the champions that we are, and got a great move out of Sgma today. So congratulations to everyone that saw this as well. Again, we talked about it before the break, before even the test of V1 at 1450. So anyone that saw that alert and took advantage, congratulations. This was a huge move today. After that spike and rip, you did have some small bounces here for some potential trades to the upside, and then it did kind of collapsed here, and overall market was kind of weak today. So that's definitely understandable. However, this is probably going to continue to be on watch as long as it maintains some certain price levels that we'll talk about in chat. So definitely stay tuned for some more details on Sgma. But this was an awesome winner today, and congratulations to everyone. All right, so now on to the bonus. So we have a ticker that is now on our radar, and that ticker is Beyond Meat. BYND. Now, we talk about Beyond Meat probably once a quarter, but there's been some serious bullish activity in Beyond Meat, and then all of a sudden, you have the markets at the lows, and the market closes, and then boom, BYND ends up hitting our radar as it pops about $6 in the after-hour session tonight. So really cool, really interesting, and we've been hearing some rumors, and we've been seeing some bullish activity. So just on kind of on the back end, dark pool data, things like that. And so we're now have BYND back on our radar, as again you had this after hours move, and so again looks pretty interesting. So stay tuned for more details, more levels, and our trade plan for this. All right. So that is it for us. Now, if you don't mind, you can leave a comment below and tell us what you're trading. And also, if you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe, or follow us at Freebase on all platforms. Then click the link and join our community. We're growing pretty fast. We appreciate all the support from all of our members, and the goal here is to help you guys become better traders, become better investors, and build wealth. We have a lot more that is in the works, a lot more coming down the line. So definitely stay tuned for more. One thing I'll hint at is that Freebase is an acronym. So again, stay tuned for more. The S stands for stocks, and so we're super focused on that. But we know that stocks is the gateway to help people learn how to invest, learn finance, become financially literate, and over time learn how to build wealth. Again, thanks so much for all your support. We appreciate you tuning in to Finding Tickers. Our watch list will be out in the morning, so we'll see you then. Have a good one.